All right, this next one is another senseless situation that should have never happened. This time it's coming out of Dallas, Texas, where a 21-year-old employee took the life of his manager after being given instructions. So let's check this one out.
An investigation is underway tonight after police say a tire shop employee killed his manager in Dallas. It happened yesterday in southern Dallas, and Brittany Moncrief spoke to the victim's mother days after she celebrated Thanksgiving with her son.
For more than 2 decades, this Oak Cliff community has grown to know and love Billy Brightman. He's the longtime manager here at this rent-a-tire, and his close friends say he was shot and killed by someone he hired. Dallas police say this all happened Monday afternoon. They responded to a shooting on the 4000 block of West Camp Wisdom Road around 1. They say 21-year-old Marlon Lawrence shot and killed 42-year-old Billy Brightman, a longtime manager. WFAA obtained the arrest affidavit. It says that Brightman was working at the front desk when Lawrence, a tire technician, approached him from behind, shot him in the back, and then again in the face. Brightman was taken to the hospital where he died. According to the affidavit, Lawrence admitted to shooting and killing Brightman and said he put the gun in his parked vehicle outside the job. There's also surveillance video from the shop. Lawrence is charged with murder. Brightman's mom says she was told that her son was giving Lawrence instructions just before the shooting and says he was not a confrontational person. She says she just spent time with her son on Thanksgiving.
I heard my boy's voice on Thursday, and we talked like we was talking. And then for him to be gone on Monday, yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I feel some type of way. Yes, I feel like I was disrespected because that's my boy. That was my boy.
And although Lawrence was arrested and is charged with murder, Dallas police say this is an ongoing investigation. In Oak Cliff.
So, I mean, yeah, that just makes no sense. Shot in the back and then in the face while he was already on the ground. He was giving this young man instructions, which is standard when you're working at a job. I don't know what it is with some people walking around out here thinking that they don't have to listen to anybody, or they think that taking instructions from somebody is somehow beneath them. This guy, he's 21 years old and just getting started in life. And when you're at that age, you haven't lived long enough to think that you know everything. And that's the problem. I think a lot of people some people have, they think being corrected or given instructions is disrespect. They take basic instructions as some kind of personal attack. I've heard it and I've seen it where people will say things like, I don't like the way they're talking to me, or they're not going to talk to me that kind of way. And you have every right to stick up for yourself when being disrespected. But let's be real. Most of the time, nobody is talking to you disrespectfully. They're talking to you like a manager talks to an employee. It's called instruction and supervision. But everybody wants a paycheck, but nobody wants the responsibility or structures that come with it. And this entitlement, this hypersensitivity, and this belief that no one can tell me anything is why some people are stuck where they are. And in extreme cases like this, it's why this young man will be going to prison. Sometimes the problem isn't the tone, it's your ego. If you can't follow simple instructions, how do you expect to function in the world? Because instructions are a part of daily living. If he didn't want to follow instructions, then quit, go somewhere else, or start his own business. But guess what? The next place that he would have went to, they would have had instructions, or somebody would have been there to give him instructions. And even if you have your own business, you still have instructions. You have to follow laws. You have to follow regulations, meet deadlines and contractual obligations. You don't escape structure just because you're the boss. Life is full of instructions. Life is full of accountability. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who is difficult, combative, and can't take direction. But what he did was just cowardly. He shot him in the back. and then stood over him and shot him in the face. But what's ironic about this situation is that he'll be heading to the most restrictive places there is, prison, where he'll be told what to do by everyone from the warden to the guards and other inmates. He'll be told what to do every day. He'll be told when to go to bed, when to wake up, when to eat, when to shower, when he can go out and exercise. He'll be told when to move and when to stop. Every second of his day becomes somebody else's decision. And that's going to be something that he's not going to be able to escape from. You're not just going to walk away from it. But this is what happens when you can't handle basic structure on the outside. You end up in a place with the most extreme structure imaginable. And all of that is his own doing. He put himself in that position. And I just wish that the victim, BJ, and his family didn't have to suffer because of this guy's poor decision making. BJ showed up to work to do his job. He expected to go home to his family, and he expected to live his life. Instead, his life was taken by someone who couldn't control themselves for more than maybe 5 seconds. People really got to start thinking and just stop reacting when somebody tells them something. I don't know, like the victim's mother said, it was a thing of where he was giving him instruction, and who knows, like, I don't know. It's just, dude just snapped. But y'all take care, stay safe, and just make better choices. Peace.